Today we're going to go over my 2023 snowplow setup. I am running a Ram 1500 out, and it is an outdoorsman. It has the Hemi with a 5.7 liter engine in it, and I do have this paired with the Western HTS Snow Plow. And you guys may be thinking, Michael, what are you doing running a Ram 1500 for a snowplow setup? Well, let me first tell you guys this, that when I first started my lawn care business, I was not expecting to be plowing snow, hence the undersized truck. I have been looking for bigger trucks, but this truck is a 2018 and it is officially paid off. So while yes, a 2500 or a 3500 paired with a Western wideout or a MVP3 V plow is going to be ideal for me and my setup and what I'm doing, it is so extremely difficult when I have a truck, a newer truck that's just already paid off. And guys, those newer trucks are so expensive. I've been looking nonstop. $80,000 for a newish truck with lower miles on there that can hold the plow that I want it to hold. And in my mind, when I'm not going to be, if I'm going to sell this and invest that much more money, I need to get profit back in return. And if I'm not getting something back in return, there's no reason for me to upgrade right at this point. In the future, yes, I'm definitely going to upgrade to something quite a bit bigger to hold quite a bit bigger plow. But right now, this truck gets the job done. It's doing the job okay. And just to spend that crazy type amount of money with no more extra revenue coming in my mind, personally, business-wise, it's just not a smart business decision. Do I want to upgrade? Heck yes. I think every year, every single day, I'm looking at trucks. Yes, I want to upgrade extremely bad. But I have to think business first, profit first, what's going to be best for the business. And right now, just buying a bigger truck is not what's best for my business. This truck actually tows this enclosed trailer, 16-foot V-nose enclosed trailer really well with two mowers on there, one 60-inch X-Mark and a 72-inch right stander on there. It tows it very well. So no, I can't tow my excavator. I can't tow a Bobcat, but when I can go borrow a Ford 550 to tow all that stuff, right now, it's just not feasible, and it's not a smart business decision for me to upgrade this truck. That's why I'm running a Ram 1500. Now, with that being said, I do have it paired up with a Western HTS Snow Plow here. Let's see on the back. I think it does say some specs on the back here. I bought this plow from Steensman's Lawn and Power. If you're in the Michigan area, I would highly recommend Steensman's. They have now they have 3 locations, Kalamazoo, Plainwell, and I don't remember, Battle Creek, I think, is the other location. This is a 7-foot 6-inch HTS plow. Why did I go with the Western HTS plow? Well, at the time when I was looking at snow plows, this Western HTS plow, and I was looking at Boss as well, this was the only one that was available for my truck. I believe Western has currently came out with a V plow now for half-ton pickup trucks. I probably would have, if that was available at the time, went with that plow, but that was not available when I was purchasing this snow plow. Boss plows do have a V plow that will fit half-ton pickup trucks, but when I was purchasing and needed a snow plow, the Boss, it would not fit this Ram 1500. It would fit a Ford, but it would not fit my Ram 1500 at the time. Now, that was a couple years ago, and products could change and they could have adapted. I believe that might be different now. I know Western has upgraded to that V plow, and I really wish that was available when I would have purchased or been in the market for a snowplow. But at the same time, this HTS plow does do very well on residential driveways, and it does a pretty good job at pushing the snow. Don't get me wrong, this is a light duty plow. This weighs, I believe, just over 400 pounds. If we can take this, let's see if I can do this with one hand, take this apart in here. We have all the mechanisms and everything right in here, the hydraulic fluid right in here, the fuel port to fill it up top, and there's a nut on the bottom. You just unscrew that nut when you're to drain it, and then fill it back in the top here. This takes about, I believe, 2 quarts. I just filled it up the beginning of this year. You do want to do that at the beginning of every single year, and check this on a regular basis to make sure you have enough hydraulic fluid in here, so you're not running low or ruining any components. This plow and truck combination for residential driveways does just fine. You can see my personal driveway here goes all the way over there. Something like this does just fine. You're pushing snow to the sides. The snow's obviously melted, but you can see I pushed a little bit of snow off to the side here, pushed a whole lot across the private drive back there. When it comes to residential driveways, it does handle it pretty well. The only issues that I've had so far with the HTS plow are right here. This connecting port right here, you pull this down, and when you pull it, you pull this back, this comes down, and then you should pull the truck backwards and the plow should come off. This whole thing bent sideways when I tried to take the plow off. It freaked me out at first, but I was able to take some ratchet straps and a sledgehammer and just bend this back in place. And I haven't had any issue with it since. You guys can see that this right here is for plow feet, and on the other side I have one way on the other side over there. This right here bent. I went over a lip, came back, and it bent the entire thing. Just ended up taking the plow feet off. And in all reality, with a lightweight plow like this that only weighs about 400 pounds, I would actually recommend removing and not even purchasing those plowing cleats or feet or whatever you guys call them. My personal experience, just because the plow is so light, it doesn't push a whole lot of gravel with it. And when you're back dragging from residential driveways, from garages and stuff of that nature, those plow cleats actually build up snow, and the HTS struggles to back drag the snow. You take those plow cleats off, it still struggles, but it does quite a bit better job that I've noticed at back dragging snow when you need to back drag snow. So if you're going to get the HTS plow, I would recommend not going with the plow cleats. I did not upgrade the lights. The next plow that I get, I am definitely going to upgrade these lights. I am extremely not impressed with these lights at all. I feel like they're not bright enough. And yeah, I really wish I had an LED light instead of the lights that come with the HTS plow. Overall, combined with the 1500 and the HTS plow, yes, if I was just doing, or if you are just doing residential driveways, this is a perfect setup. If you are going to be upgrading to any commercial stuff, any small lots, any open kind of areas, it struggles. The truck does not struggle. I have not had any issue whatsoever with the Ram 1500. It's the plow. And I have tried to think what to do to make the plow better. One of my buddies actually owns an auto body shop locally right here in town and has helped me out a lot. So we have talked a lot about this setup, what I can do better to improve this setup and to make it faster, better, and just overall a little bit more efficient. I asked him, hey, if I put a couple thousands of dollars in the front end, soup the suspension up, can I put a Western whiteout on here? And he knows a heck of a lot more about trucks, plows, the automobile industry than I am, and I trust him. If he tells me something not to do something, I'm not going to do it. If he says go ahead and do it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I almost thought I was going to get him to let me spend a couple $1,000s in here so I could put a whiteout on this Ram 1500. His ultimate decision was no. At the end of the day, it's still a Ram 1500. So what we came to the agreement on is that from Amazon, I purchased some wings, some aftermarket wings, and everything that I'm going to be mentioning here is going to be in the description below, so you can check it out. Hopefully I'm going to make an installation video when the wings come in. Pretty excited about the wings. They're going to extend the plow quite a bit, so that's going to help me win some of my commercial lots. Now, do I need those wings for residential driveways like this? No, I do not. But for some of my commercial lots, it would save me an enormous amount of time, especially it's a small plow. And if you're just pushing snow to the side, it's great. But if you're trying to push a long way forward, it's just not feasible with this small of a plow. You need something a little bit bigger. So in all reality, we said it's going to be better just to put those wings on here for now until I can upgrade the truck and the plow. In the back of the truck, I have concrete bags, and these concrete bags are solid bags. Don't think I just put concrete bags back here. So these are 60 pounds each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 concrete bags, which are 60 pounds each. You guys can do the math on that one. I'm not going to do that. And that is, in my personal experience, this is a fair amount of weight for this truck and this setup. Would I go any lighter than this? Probably not. Maybe a couple more pounds, a couple more bags, but this is what I had at the time. They're already hard, so I just threw them back here. Now, with any plowing setup, one of the main things that is going to be beneficial for you is a good tire. As you guys can tell on here, I have the All-Terrain TA KO2 by BF Goodrich. In my experience, this is the second time I have purchased these exact tires. I've already had these tires on here. They have a 50,000 mile warranty on them, and I will tell you that I have received more than 50,000 miles on my last pair. And for plowing, they're rated for snow. They're one of the few all-terrain tires that are rated for snow, and just I don't want to keep changing my tires in and out. So for snow, dirt, pulling the enclosed trailer, mud, whatever you can think of, pavement, gravel, grass, anything, this tire, I don't think, in my mind, unless I buy a new truck and a new setup and it comes with a different set of tires, I'm going to keep on buying the BF Goodrich all-terrain tire. That being said, if I come across a different tire with a new truck and a new setup, I could totally see me eventually switching back to the BF Goodrich tire. I mean, you just look in here, it is extremely deep, extremely thick. The sidewalls are, I mean, you can just tell that's not getting stuck very easily. I don't think I've actually ever gotten this. The only time I've actually gotten this truck stuck is the first year of plowing, when I didn't really understand what I was doing. I kept trying to push snow too high, jam the snow up, get it as far as I could, as high as I could. Then I would just bottom out and snow packed up underneath. So this is my 2023 snowplow setup. You guys can see on the top of my truck, I have an X-Bright strobe light right here. I will leave that in the link in the description below. It's just hooked up there with magnets, and I have ran it right through the door. Nothing fancy. And it just comes down right through here into the back right here. And this switch on the right is the on switch. The switch on the left changes your strobe patterns. I'll tell you what, when I purchased this X-Bright strobe light, I said to myself, I want to put this strobe light through abuse. This is my 3rd year that I've had this strobe light. Those magnets are extremely strong. Strobe lights are extremely bright. I've taken it through car washes. I've taken it on the highway. I've left it on my truck for 3 years, and I live in Michigan. If you guys know anything about Michigan, we get a whole lot of snow, sleet, rain. We get all the elements, and we get them hard, right? The only thing that I will say that's happened in over 3 years is that it has started to discolor a little bit. You guys can see that the outer shell, that plastic material, is a little yellowish. That was white when I first purchased it. But other than that, it works perfect, and I've never had an issue with this light. This light is actually one of my favorite purchases, and I think it was only like $20 or $30 from Amazon, and I will leave a link in the description below for that as well. Let's hop in here real quick and take a look at my controller setup that I have. It's just a basic controller from Western. And because I have a straight blade and not a V blade, a lot of these buttons are useless to me. So you hold on, and obviously the truck's not on, so nothing's going to happen right now, but hold up to raise it up, hold down to raise it down, or to lower it down. If you keep holding it, it will go into float mode, and float mode is great, especially on gravel driveways. If you're on pavement or in a parking lot, usually I try not to put it in float mode, just so it bites down a little bit more on the pavement driveway. Right, left, obviously you got your scoop retract, wing 3 and wing 4, but these buttons right here are not intended for a straight blade, so I never use these buttons right here. This is a universal controller, so if you do have a V plow, obviously you would be using these buttons. You guys can tell I got my Gatorade and my snacks for whenever, because I mean, you're plowing out at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, no stores open, right? So you want to make sure when you're plowing that your gas is filled up. You got some extra snacks in here just in case something happens. Overall, I really do like this setup. The only thing that I wish I could have different was a bigger plow. I really do wish I could have that Western whiteout. I believe it extends to up to 10 feet, but this truck just cannot handle that much weight on the front end. It just can't, and that's the only downside of having a 1500. Now, I think I said this, I'm not sure. The 1500 handles extremely well paired with the all-terrain tires and this plow here. It just takes a little bit longer to get things done. So if you have any questions about my 2023 snowplow setup, please let me know in the comments below. I kind of went back and forth with one of my buddies a couple towns over, owns a lawn care, and he does snow plowing too, and he's always telling me, you need to upgrade to a real truck, get a real plow. And yes, he is 100% right. But he's also saying you need to spend money to make money. And yes, while that is right, if I go ahead and spend that $80,000 on a new truck and another, I don't know, $10,000 on that Western whiteout, what am I gaining from that? What extra income and revenue am I gaining from that? And the answer right now is zero. Now, if I did pick up a bigger parking lot, I have one good sized parking lot that I do. It takes me about an hour to do. If I had the whiteout, the Western whiteout, yes, it would cut that down quite a bit. I can get I can hit my route and then start it over and hit it again. No problem. I mean, I'm in the truck 12 hours, 13 hours in a day, and then I'll start it back over. But what ultimately is that bigger blade going to do? Is that bigger truck going to do? Yes, it's going to decrease my time, and if it's going to increase my efficiency. But it's kind of a give-take situation. Where is that happy medium? When is it time to upgrade? This truck is paid off, like I said, just so hard to upgrade. Let me know what you guys would do. Would you go ahead and spend that extra money, sell the truck, sell the plow, buy a bigger truck, buy a bigger plow? Or would you just keep kicking, doing things as you've been doing? Right now, I'm just gonna keep kicking and doing things as I've been doing, unless something dramatically changes. So that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, please consider subscribing to the Lawn Care channel. Really would appreciate it if you like this type of content. Michael Douglas, Douglas Lawn Care, signing off. If you guys snow plow for the year, please be safe out there, because it is extremely dangerous. And people don't understand how dangerous it is to be a snowplow guy out on the roads at 2 o'clock in the morning. In a blizzard, you're the only ones out there. So perfect time to end this segment. My neighbor's starting up, I don't know, a mower or something. I don't know what he's doing over there, but God bless. Take care. Michael Douglas, Douglas Lawn Care. See you guys in the next one. Bye.